completely snapped the world.
And I swear to God, it's as big as our caravan in there.
This episode, we leave Esperance and head inland to Wave Rock at Hyden. We do an overnight free camp at Lake Grace before doing our first hip camp of the trip at an apricot and lamb farm before getting back to the coast at Albany and following it along all the way to the Valley of the Giants treetop walk before finally getting to Margaret River and exploring that region. Check it out. Hyden is situated at 380 kilometres northwest of Esperance, or 330 kilometres southeast of Perth, and home to Wave Rock. Wave Rock is a unique multicoloured granite inselberg and part of the Yilgarn crater. It is estimated to be over 2,700 million years old. It is 15 metres high and over 100 metres long. Weather and water erosion over the past 60 million years has given it its characteristic wave-like shape. The colours are due to dissolved minerals from water running down in wet weather. We thought you could only walk around the bottom and be in awe of this natural art form, but you could in fact explore the top. The steps are metal and slippery. Wear proper footwear and don't break your thongs like Alex did.
Yeah, we'll go for a look.
Come on.
Damn. I forgot to wear my high heels.
Alex, what does this say?
Quick.
Wear sensible shoes. It says to wear sensible shoes. What happened to your shoes?
Mine fortunately broke.
Had a blowout?
Yeah.
Why?
I was walking on the rocks.
Were you walking, were you?
I was running up the rocks.
Yeah. They were rock pools when they were filled with water, Alex. That's why there's algae. Let me get his hair, it's too much. Hi.
Say hi, Mama.
Henry, what do you think?
You like it?
Henry, what's this? Hey Alex, you can see under that one. Can you? Hey, that's pretty cool. The view from the top was incredible. The rock forms provided a playground for the kids to explore. We actually had more fun above the rock than below it. The shortcut down is a proper rocky path. It's meant to be walked, but it looks ominous, like you might just fall off the edge. Carrying Henry in our arms, I made Sam scope it out. You have to climb over the small wall and follow the signs down. To the left, you'll probably die. Stick to the right, follow the warnings, and it isn't so bad. Hippo's Yawn at the base is a 20-minute walk, or forms part of the 1.7k loop, which takes about 30 to 40 minutes. The Wave Rock circuit itself is about 3.5 k's long. We didn't do any of these walks. The sun was beginning to set, Henry was a bit tired, and we needed to find a free camp to spend the night. We found a free camp at Lake Grace and spent the night in a gravel pit before driving through the Stirling Ranges to get to Albany. We were only in Albany for a very short time. The Museum of the Great Southern was still open, so we had a quick look in there before taking a look at the brig Amity. Our next destination was an off-grid hip camp called Gloria Deo. Raising sheep and growing apricots, this farm stay was a perfect place to bring the kids. Not only did we get to sample awesome, delicious goodies, the kids got a chance to play with the animals, and we got some wicked astrophotography with the clear skies, and we had the place to ourselves. We had a beautiful sunset, and then we caught the moon rising and saw the stars.
Hey everyone, we are at a Hip Camps farm stay in Mount Barker. They do apricots and lambs. Awesome property, awesome family that run it.
Picture of Henry.
That got poop in the foot.
So the one with no fur on is the trumpet.
So they shed against the fences, which is very shed on trees. They just rub it off and then they'll fall off and then grade, which helps the soil process on everything.
scratching his head. Yes, there you go. He'll love it. And then he'll scratch a little bit.
Gentle.
Henry!
Don't freak out.
It's soft.
Smile, Alex.
Okay. Gentle. Look, gentle. Yeah. That's crazy.
Alex loved all the animals, and Henry enjoyed being safe in Dad's arms and collecting the eggs.
That's cute.
It's a really dark phone. This one's on.
Papa. You want to go?
You can go pat that dog.
Alex.
Cute.
We were then spoiled with some delicious farm produce. We headed out for a drive to explore Mount Barker. We ended up at Mount Barker Country Bakery. It had amazing pies. We decided next to check out Castle Rock and then realised we could not do this with Henry. And headed back to the farm for another amazing sunset.
So this is where we are at Mount Barker at the hip camps. I'll show you around. There's a nice dam. You sit at night, listen to all the frogs calling. It's a big open paddock. And all along here is dotted about 10 sites where you can camp. Massive sites. They'd be 30 metres by however far out you wanted to come. 30 metres if you needed a site that big. Grassland area. There's our dirty van. We're heading off to get some photos in the orchard and go look at some apricots. Dam over there as well. What are you doing, Henry? What's that? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Noisy sheep, aren't they? We're down at the main farmhouse area where they've got the chicken pens and their pet sheep. These ones aren't lambs anymore. And all the roosters are telling that it's the morning. But it's a little bit later than morning. Here's the horse. Say hi, horsey. Hello.
He likes you. The kids had a final play with the animals, and then it was time to say goodbye. Get some help.
Hard.
Yeah, it is a bit tricky, isn't it? Good job.
Very hot out here. In Western Australia, it's very hot.
Yeah. We left the farm stay, not knowing the danger that lay ahead of us on the road. So we're driving from Mount Barker to Margaret River today, and we noticed that there was a little bit of a bumpiness when we were driving. We thought, nah, vibrations. We thought, is it the road? What is it? I've been watching our back passenger tyre for a little bit and thought it didn't look right. Turns out, take a look at this.
They're together. Look down there, I don't even put my finger near it. It's actually snapped. That rim. The rim has snapped off the actual tyre.
Yep.
Broken the welds. So I thought it was a bearing or a tail shaft or diff or something, and Janelle said the tyre didn't look right. So I gave it the old marketplace kick and found out that it was wobbly.
So we're just deflating the spare a little bit so that we can get it under this. We've got the high lift jack jacking it up.
Mainly because I don't want to jack the car another half a foot in the air and it's about to touch the body. So I thought I'll deflate the spare so I can get it on without having to go up any higher. And then re-inflate it to save me doing body damage.
Isn't this great though? When you got a nice clean surface to work on.
There you go, have a look at that.
Oh wow.
Completely snapped the weld.
We are so lucky.
Brand new rims, they're probably less than 10,000 k's old.
Wow.
They're actually nice and squishy. wouldn't have fitted under there. I would have had to do another click on the jack, which probably would have pushed my sliders straight into my body.
Yeah, they're pretty close, hey? There's nowhere else to really do it from, is there?
No. I'll pump it up before I drop it down. Alright, so I got the new tyre on. Now, before I jack it down, I'll reinflate it. I'll just show you guys my little setup I've got in here. I've got the boys' earmuffs for when I'm using the chainsaw. But I've got two different length hoses. So I've got the little hose in here, which, excuse that, it's solid mounted and solid wired in. I can plug the small hose straight into that fitting there, which then I can plug into here. But at the moment, the long hose is a female end to female end, and I need the female end for that fitting, for the actual blower with the gauge on it, and I haven't changed it over yet because I need to get an adapter to change this to a male fitting. So for now, I'll just unplug it from the inside. Instead of plugging that through there and plugging it into the back, I can use the long hose and plug it around there. Let that pump away for a minute or so.
Does that tell you the pressure on it?
It will when I turn it off. That's my little override system. Yeah, we've got a ways to go.
What was that on?
15 psi. Want to get it to like 45 psi. But easy to do it before we put it down off the jack. Alright, so we're sitting at about 35 psi now. So I'm just going to drop the jack down, take some weight off the sliders. I'll tell you what, if you don't have one of these, you should not be travelling around the country with a four-wheel drive, because they work as a jack. They can break a tyre off a bead if you need to. You can use them as a winch. And now we are sitting at about 35. It does look a little bit flat still, so we'll pump it up. But how's that? We've only been driving for about half an hour this morning, and all of a sudden it just started shuddering. Alright, so tyres pumped up. I'll just go over and re-torque up the wheel nuts, and then put the strap rim back on the back of the car as a spare. Get that fixed next time we go into, and well, I say get that fixed, buy a new rim when we get into the next town, and put everything back in the car, reattach the caravan, and do a 64 point turn to turn around, and we'll get back on the road.
We had already pulled over 3 times and couldn't figure this out. We were really lucky this time that we saw the crack and avoided a major accident. It just shows the importance of checking your vehicle when you think something's wrong. Our next stop was the Valley of the Giants, the only Australian mainland location you can find quokkas. To our disappointment, the treetop walk was closed. Walpole-Nornalup National Park is located 355 kilometres south of Perth. The Valley of the Giants is a protected zone within this region. Towering carrion tingle trees are unique to this area, particularly the red tingle tree. There is also the yellow tingle and the rates tingle. The word tingle is said to be derived from the Aboriginal word dingle.
Because they have shallow roots, so if you stamp on the ground and compact the ground too much, it damages the roots. So we've got to stay on the path to stay away from the roots close to the tree. But look at the size of that tree.
Yeah.
It is like 8 feet wide.
Huh? What just moved in that bush? Something made a noise in there.
Maybe it's a quokka.
Probably.
Do you think so?
Yeah. It made a noise just near those donuts.
Oh.
Probably is a quokka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh.
Alex, come here. Here's a sign.
Okay. People seen them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Back.
Henry, can you see the big tree? You can't see anything now. This forest is also home to some of the last mainland quokkas. We loved seeing their runnels, the little tunnels they run through. I thought this was such a sweet word. Oh yeah, that might be where they live.
Yeah, probably.
Be cool if we saw one.
Would be. It would be cool if we saw a snake too.
No, not really. Oh, that's why it's called a tingle forest. Because the trees are yellow tingle trees.
Cool. Look out for runners. Sounds a couple small runners.
Oh yeah.
Downwards and
You don't touch the tree.
all day my car.
Ooh. You like it, Henry? Say hi, Henry. Say hi. Say hello. Hi. In the Valley of the Giants. We just found a tree. You might not be able to see in it. But in there is the inside of a hollowed out tree called Grandma Tingle. And I swear to God, it's as big as our caravan in there. It's massive. You could stand up and swing your arms around, it's that big. There you go, right in there. See if I can zoom in. Hi. They're huge. It's like
the size of these trees. 35 metres tall, 400 years old, that tree. Estimated. Yeah. Hop in, mate.
We should all go in. Gonna all go in? Some of these trees were burnt out many years ago, making the inside look like black caves. They hollow due to a fungus, but the tree still lives as the roots are unaffected.
Hi, Henry. Hi. Hold it.
Others have facial-looking expressions in their knots. These unique patterns have given some of the oldest trees names like Grandma Tingle, who has the appearance of an elderly lady. She's estimated to be over 400 years old, stands at 34 metres tall and 12 metres in circumference. She was once referred to as the gatekeeper to the forest. Because of the delay with the rim cracking, we left the Tingle Forest a little later than planned. This meant a nighttime arrival into Jarradine Campground in Margaret River. We explored Kevel Road Waterfall in Margaret River. While it wasn't flowing, the kids enjoyed looking for tadpoles. Next, we went to the river mouth, where Margaret River meets the sea. Jarradine Campground is located within the Lewin Naturalist National Park, close to the Borenup Forest. This forest was badly devastated by bushfire in December 2021, which affected over 7,800 hectares worth of native bushland. This included the karri trees. We were really excited to see the new regrowth through the area and the forest coming back to life. We visited in March 2022.
Okay everyone, so last couple of days we've been free camping, or as free as you can in WA, at Jarradine Campground. Really nice spot. We went to the forest campground. There's a beach campground as well, but we thought, most of the country were doing the beach, so let's do the forest. We love the forest. So this is where we've been for the last couple of days. I'll flick you around and just show you. So this is our campsite. I'm not even on the road. Massive spot. So we've got a fire pit over here, right over the back there. We've got a fire pit. Every marked campsite has a barbecue, and there's like 2 spots, one for the van and one for a car, right next to each other. But you could easily fit 2 vans on here and 2 cars, I reckon. And we had some visitors during the night time. We could hear some things. If you have a look, it might be a bit hard, you can see it in the dust. All these little scratch marks. Obviously they could smell the food in the van maybe, or they could smell me. And scratch marks on this, a bit hard to see. Come right down low. You can see there's scratch here, and same thing on the back of the van. Like something's tried, it's a bit hard to see, you can see it in the dust. Like something's tried to climb up onto the back of the van at the tyre. Maybe a kangaroo's tried to jump up there. It's crazy. Here you can see the back of there's a couple of concrete bollards for like where you can park. And this massive area. Anyway, we are off today. We're going to go to the aquarium and the Margaret River Chocolate Factory, then Bustleton to the jetty, and off to Bunbury for our next stop. See you then.
Next up, I had a nougat cocktail at Bettinay's Nougat. Then we had a delicious lunch at the Margaret River Chocolate Factory. The aquarium at Yallingup is a naturally occurring pool full of marine life. It's not a tourist attraction within 4 walls, it is nature's beauty in its raw form. It can be found between Smith's Beach and Canal Rocks. It's hard to find if you don't know where to go. It's a 1.3k walk from the car park and not well marked with no signage, although it is part of the Cape to Cape walking trail. This was a challenging path to take with Henry in our arms, at only 18 months old. He couldn't walk it, and with multiple trip hazards with tree roots, we felt a bit silly and asked others if we were heading in the right direction. We still enjoyed our time there and went for a bit of a snorkel in the shallow water. thanks for watching our longest episode ever. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and the notify bell if you want to know when our next video drops. Next episode, I celebrate my birthday in Bunbury with my friends. We then check out the historic Bustleton Jetty before heading to Perth to get a ferry to Rottnest Island to hang out with some quokkas. We come back to continue our journey up north along the coastline. Stay tuned.